Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We start with Chelsea captain Cesar Azpilicueta, who have recently revealed why he rejected Barcelona despite wanting to move to Spain. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about Frenkie de Jong, as it has been reported that the Dutch midfielder believes Chelsea could be a good option for his future. We are also going to be looking at that. So, guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Also, consider liking this video and please watch it right up to the very end. Chelsea captain Cesar Azpilicueta has admitted that he was in talks with FC Barcelona for a potential move in the summer, but the new club owners at Chelsea somehow convinced him to stay, which culminated in him signing a new contract with the Blues. The veteran defender recently signed a 2-year extension with Chelsea, which ended Barcelona's hopes to land him in the ongoing transfer window. Speaking in a recent interview, the 32-year-old admitted that he considered leaving Chelsea after the Club World Cup win as it completed his trophy collection with the club. However, with the sanctions putting Chelsea in a difficult place during Roman Abramovich's final days, he decided to stay put. He said, "Yes, the conversation were there with FC Barcelona after the Club World Cup, where I became the only player to win, every trophy there. I felt it was the time to go back. But then everything happened with this club. I wanted to stay committed to the club. I never did anything against my club." Following the Club World Cup win, Chelsea lost two first-team defenders in Andres Christensen and Antonio Rudiger to Barca and Real Madrid respectively. This left the team short-handed at the back. Speaking about the tension, Azpilicueta said, "We had private conversations where I said everything. We had players leaving, and I have never been in a transfer market situation in 10 years. It was different. For a period, I was a free agent, and who knows what could have happened in that period. I decided to stay silent because I think there was already enough noise around me. I didn't want to make it worse because I wanted to stay focused on my game," said Azpilicueta. He also added that he met with the new owners upon their arrival, and it was made clear that the management wanted him to stay and continue leading the team. He said, I had a meeting with the new owners. They wanted me to stay here to lead the team both on and off the pitch. It's a big thank you to them. They are very, very honest and transparent from the first day. I felt a responsibility to stay here in my home. My family are happy here. We have a new project with new players and youngsters coming in. I feel right and ready to look forward," he concluded. After strongly linked with Azpilicueta for such a long time, I can't count the number of times I reported about Azpilicueta when it comes to transfer news. But it came as a shocker when we got the story of the player extending his Chelsea contract for 2 years. Because it was well renowned that the player wants to return to Spain, his home country, after spending some solid, good 10 years in England with Chelsea. But it all turns out to be the case of staying, extending his contract for 2 more years. And when we look at the interview that Azpilicueta just had, to trying to explain why things happen, that way, we see that it's more of the influence of Todd Boehly, talking about the new owners at Chelsea, that they really convinced him to stay put, and the fact that they are honest with him and everything. So he had to stay at Chelsea and continue his glittering career there. So, of course, we know Xavi's plan was to bring Azpilicueta playing right back, use him as a right back in Barcelona. Definitely, we know right back is a position that we need to get at least a player there. But the way things have been muted all these days, we don't know if a right back will come, or maybe because I've been talking about a left back, and Alonso will likely be the next player in line to come. But for a right back, I don't know if Xavi has any plans since losing on Azpilicueta, because definitely I really need a right back. We need a right back in that squad. Sergio Dest, of course, is the only natural right back we have, but definitely we can't put all the trust on Sergio Dest We need another good natural right back. Definitely, Javi knows that Araujo, Jules Koundé, they are versatile and they can also play that right back wing. But it is different. We need players in their natural position where they play best. So let's see how it goes. Frenkie de Jong's future at Barcelona has been dominating the headlines as the club have been trying to offload him all summer long. The Blaugrana are not in a position to afford his increased wages going forward and also believe that his exit would help in registering the new signings without trouble. Barca already have an agreement with Manchester United over an €85 million deal to sell the midfielder. Chelsea too have shown an interest in the 25-year-old. But throughout the saga, the young has been steadfast in his stance that he does not wish to leave the club this summer. However, there could be a change in situation in the coming weeks as Mundo Deportivo reports that the young is seemingly warming up for the idea of playing for Chelsea in the near future. While the 25-year-old still remains intent on continuing at Camp Nou, the young is reportedly admitting within the dressing room that Chelsea might be a good option for him. Chelsea, for their part, have shown a strong interest in the Netherlands international and have been initiated talks with Barcelona over a possible move. However, they are yet to make a concrete offer as they want to receive a go-ahead from the midfielder himself before ramping things up. The report also states that the Blues would be willing to spend heavily on the young and offer him a lucrative salary while also taking care of his deferred wages. Manchester United are not an option that the young is even willing to consider, as he wants to join only a top team playing in the Champions League if he were to leave FC Barcelona. So he has acknowledged privately that Chelsea could be a good option for him in that scenario. If he were to stay at Barca, the club want him to accept a lower salary and are even prepared to take legal route to achieve that, as they believe there was an element of criminality involved in the contract extension he signed in 2020 under the previous regime of Bartomeu. As things stand, this saga is far from over, as Manchester United continue to make efforts to convince Frenkie de Jong, while Chelsea lie in wait to receive a green signal from him. The Frenkie de Jong saga continues to come with twists, and it is difficult for anybody to even predict what is going to happen in the near future, you know. But let's even count United out of the picture because that one there's no possibility there. It's very clear to see, right? After all, United are looking for alternative in that midfield as Juventus midfielder Adrian Rabiot is closing in on a move to Old Trafford. So talking about Chelsea, there's now that big possibility that Chelsea can get Frenkie de Jong. This report from Mundo Deportivo claiming that Frenkie de Jong is open to Chelsea if push comes to shove, that is, if worse comes to the worst. But the player, his first priority no doubt is FC Barcelona. He wants to continue under Xavi, knowing fully well how Barcelona are well stocked when it comes to reinforcing the squad. Who doesn't want to play for Barca at the moment? I mean, it's going to be a big loss to Frenkie de Jong if he leaves now. According to him, he thinks that leaving now will be a very bad decision. That is why he knows that he has not succeeded. He has not made the name that he was willing to make as when leaving Ajax to the Camp Nou. And I can see the reason why the player have been insisting that he does not want to depart the club anytime soon. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Until next time, bye-bye.